Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I thought I'd come and wish you a good day. I wanted to discuss a few ideas. The first is that when we find a mental and emotional harmony, we step out of the wheel of karma. The inner peace. When we find this inner peace, it means we're ready for ascension. It is a final state. Once we find this inner peace, the kingdom of God within, then we're ready for ascension. But it's a long process to get there. Personally, I'm there 70-80% of the time, but I'm still being distracted by the biblical snake that points me back to my past, to the traumas, to the blame, the shame, the guilt, the errors, and so the snake will play with that. So try to avoid that, not to allow yourself to be distracted by that. I'm going to pull a card for the day. I'm just expressing thoughts and ideas. I don't want to follow whatever. Our beliefs and desires is really what creates our reality. The desire is what God sent us as a force of evolution. Yet when we can be at peace, it's like the desire get fulfilled, but we're not a victim of our desire. We're not slaves of having what we need. We can trust that it will come in due time. And because sometimes I feel I get a bit frustrated, and I feel like this process is taking too long, and sometimes I feel like all the worst people are having a very comfortable and easy life, and all the good people need to be crucified. But Spirit says it is not the case. It is just we're expurging all kinds of old energies. And for understanding, cruel people are cruel because they're suffering a lot inside and they're refusing to face their own inner self, and so they're projecting this negativity on the world around them. So but if your life is falling apart, it is a sign you're getting ready for ascension, which sounds a bit counterintuitive, and yet the outcome will be to raise the quality of our life, to have a better integrated life, to merge in our physical, our mental, our emotional, and astral spiritual bodies, so we can be at peace. And so to let go of emotional attachments, very important. We also need to think about something and to feel something before it can happen. God does not play dice with the universe. There is no random happening. If something happens, it's because there is a reason for it. So just trust in your vision, and make a list of all the things you've ever wanted, and plans that in the next few years these things will come into your life. Even if you lose sight of it for a time, it is recorded by Spirit that you want that you choose that, and so Spirit will assist you in bringing into being. Sometimes it takes a while. So we need to integrate those 4 lower bodies and the 7 rays, 7 God consciousness. There is 7 aspects of God consciousness within our 7 chakra. Then we'll open up to the 5 more. Sometimes I'm a bit also because I'm being a bit frustrated with my other life. It's like I feel like I'm a bit envious of those who are existing on the other side of the veil. It's like I questioned, my master guide told me, not only was I voluntarily coming at this time, but I was eager to have this incarnation. And sometimes I'm wondering the wisdom of coming to this time, coming into this experience at this time. For the Ascended Masters, we will not want to come back to the earth until it becomes a paradise. It's like, hey, we paid our dues, now we got to work from the other side. And they have no right to interfere within the free will of humanity unless you call on them. The card of the day is the soulmates. It is the soulmates. It is to trust that they will be, or if you have that already, just be grateful. But if you don't have it, there is a plan for deep soul connections. For personally, there was a number of possible relationship. Everything broke apart, but let's see what happened. And so we also wanted to discuss the fact that when we do collective meditation, first you invoke the source, and then you call on an archangel or an ascended master to supervise the process. If there is not a supervision from a being that is full of love and light and wisdom and is actually qualified to supervise the energy of the group, there may be lower entities that interfere with the process. All the gift that there is these new waves of energies that will be elevating consciousness, and we're all going to be receiving a number of gifts. The gift will be relative to what comes from our heart. Sorry, I have a dog that's like wants to play, and It's very loud. It's a puppy. So the gift will be relative to what we have in our heart as well as our spiritual capacity. We cannot receive more than what we're capable of receiving, and and the gift we'll receive them in this life or soon after in an event. The Urantia explains that if somebody's been doing a lot of service in this life, in their life, or for working for the Creator, for life, for the planet, and they cannot receive all the rewards that they deserve in this life, they will receive it in heaven. So it's like no worry about that. Just boy, we don't do things for rewards, but. And so just when we feel that when we guided back to the past with shame, blame, guilt, it's like we stay on the karmic wheel. So you continue to practice forgiveness for yourself. And no, it's just an experience, a lesson. Even if you don't grasp the reason why something negative could have happened, negative experience, the lesson will eventually be clear and understood, and we'll be able to heal and let go. Healing is everybody needs to do some healing, but a lot of people will try to avoid it, and when we start, it's like it's a long process. It's not like in one scoop it's gonna happen. Take whatever resonates with you. I'm just sharing my thoughts of my energies of the moment. For me, I had a lot of. I realized in my life I always put others first, and then for a very long time, my service to the planet, my service to humanity, my service to the Creator. But I forgot myself in the process. I should have been more wise in this process to take care. I'm not saying to be egoist, to be egocentric or selfish, but to take care of your own well-being. I also wanted to say there are people that are very good people that have a very easy life in this life, that were born into wells and whatever, and so they're still facing struggle. But the thing is, if we're too comfortable with our surrounding, there is no incentive to change. So it may be more difficult to pass through the portal. And at the end, the spiritual evolution is really what matters the most on the soul level, as far as I know. And for the three models, the majority of humanity is geared and focused towards the outside world, sex, career, money, and then there is which is the Lyrian model, the expansion in the universe. Then there is the opposite model, the vegan model, which is turning to the inside work and doing our inner work. And then there's the Arcturian model, that is the balanced energy. So we do want to achieve this balanced energy eventually, but we have to deal with our own spiritual pain. It is important, and to forgive ourselves for whatever we go through. I also wanted to say as a last word, I'm going to pull some more cards, but as a last word, I wanted to say that if you have children, it is important to watch, to be careful, although it is not enjoyable to censure certain things in the medias, in Hollywood, in the movie, TV, because there is a lot of loveless sex, and there is a lot of violence, and those people that are actors or whatever, they hold as models or like idols, and so it's like archetypes, and so the children may think that violence and loveless sex is acceptable, or abuse or whatever. So it's like very important to as an adult you can decipher more, although it is still important to be careful what you expose your consciousness to. But children are very vulnerable, they're very sensitive, and they're very they are molded by all that happens to them. They reinvent their reality every day, and when you watch Hollywood movies and you see people killing each other, and it's like, and the children missing, it is acceptable to do that, because you see that those great people that are worshipped in society are projecting this energy. So I'm just saying, after that, everybody, hopefully we're going to move into a world that is more conscious, and a lot of the children that are coming now are very advanced souls. So just it is important to protect the children. The observer of the day is the fool. To be fearless, basically. In the past is the labyrinth of the mind. To let go of the labyrinth of the mind. Sometimes our mind is trapped. Our lower mind is trapping us into labyrinth, and it's unescapable almost. Now we are asked to let go of control, to trust and let go of control, to expand, to follow our intuition. And in the future, we're going to have to be very focused, and and accept unfulfilled desires. It takes a while before desires can be fulfilled, but in the universe and the internet or whatever, it's like you push a button and paf, you get what you want. It's like instant gratification, but it doesn't work like that in nature. Nature doesn't just, it takes time to, everything takes time, and when it is the time, the fruits are ripe. On the inside there is this awareness. It is the chariot, it is the door to the world, the inner and outer, the success on the physical plane that is already manifested inside. It just hasn't necessarily, well, some people have manifested the success outside, and it's a matter of balance, and nobody should be judged. Everybody, it's like talent. It's good karma and bad karma. So it's like we came in to balance it out. But some people, anybody that's born with a talent is because it's cultivated in a past life, and there is not a random gift that are given. Everybody has to take it to cultivate whatever feels good, whatever makes you feel good, and sometimes to stay simple, to go one step at a time. Because if we try to do too much at once, it becomes overwhelming, and we have a tendency to want to escape it. So it's like we're learning as we grow. And on the outside world, we have this wells, this inner and outer wells. We are the world. It talks about financial freedom. It talks about liberation. It's about time to enjoy ourselves. As we let go of control, we feel that we've been isolated. In truth, there is only one life. There should be no separation between anything. It is because of the mind that the separation happened. So as we let go of the control, we have to feel our own traumas, our own pain, in order to dissolve the wall of separation, at which point we can slow down. We can slow down. Take it one step at a time. In terms of unfulfilled desires, they will be fulfilled. The desire will be fulfilled. It's just a matter of time, because the wheel of fortune will be manifesting. So it's like the wheel of great time, the change, the miracle, the magical, the fifth dimension. This card is the wheel of fortune. And so it is just be patient. And so I hope this message was interesting for you. I hope you continue to cultivate this sense of it's a very difficult, challenging time. It's like it's not easy to traverse from a physical world into an astral spiritual realm. It's like there is all of the astral entities that are here to prevent us from making this happening, because they will lose their own sense of self, and so they're fighting really hard. Even Todd, the Master of Wisdom, who's done 100 times the ascension, descension, explains that when we move into the ascension, we try to ascend, we have to move by very strange curve and angle. And angle are like points of view, and curve are like non-point of view, because he says that otherwise the Cerbers, those dogs with 3 heads, they try to devour our soul. It's an image that represents all the astral beings. So in any event, continue to cultivate this sense of connection to the Creator, to the Source, and call on your angels, call on your guides, call on the archangels, call on the ascended masters at any time to assist you. And so I'm going to finish with a song. Yes, sometimes I was questioning the value of my master guide. Told me that I was volunteer to come here, and I was very eager to have this incarnation. But what I'm going, my life, what I'm going through right now, sometimes I'm questioning, I'm putting in question this wisdom, and that I wanted to integrate to live here. So it's like, for we have to address our spiritual pain, and this will not pass from one day to the next. It is a lot of work, and so a lot of people will try to avoid it for they have time. We are all eternal beings, and so, but yet we want to get it done. We want to find this healing. We want to be good to ourselves, and continue to cultivate this sense of self. So I'm going to finish with a song that has no real coherence in my life, because all the potential relationship that Spirit was presenting me, it seems to have like fall apart, but there is always something new after every ending. So it's a very romantic song from I think a Canadian singer named Bryan Adams. I thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and for your presence. I thank you for your donations. If you want a private session, you can send me an email. I will soon be on the go. And so this song is called Heaven. It goes like this. Oh, thinking about all our younger years, there was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but it's over now. You keep coming back for more. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I find it hard to believe we're in heaven. Oh, once in your life you find someone who will turn your world around, bring you up when you're feeling down. Yeah, nothing can change what you mean to me. There's a lot that I could say, but just hold me now, 'cause your love will light the way. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I find it hard to believe we're in heaven. Yeah, love is all that I need, and I found it here in your heart. It isn't hard to see we're in heaven. I've been waiting for so long for something to arrive, for love to come along. Now our dreams are coming true, through the good time and the bad. Yeah, I'll be standing here by you. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I find it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need, and I found it here in your heart. It isn't hard to see we're in heaven. Heaven, you're all that I want, you're all that I need. Beautiful song, very romantic. Well, I had a number of really wonderful relationships in my life, but I also find out that very often I have this bad tendency of falling in love with girls that are absolutely not available or beyond my financial means. So it's like maybe there's a karma there. Maybe I've rejected women before, so, and now they want to I have to pay for that, or who knows? The spirit will eventually we'll have all the answers we need, because we will be confronted with all the Akash and we'll understand everything. So continue to love yourself, love the world, love life, love everything as much as possible. Cultivate love, weave love into everything, in between every atom of all matter. It's like fill your body with love and ask for the great central sun to charge you. For the observer of the day's liberation. So sometimes I'm not patient enough. I know this liberation is coming, but it's like sometimes I feel like, what am I doing here? it's like it's an escape, of course. I'm just so the highest wisdom is the dreams. Continue to cultivate your dreams. You have to dream it. If you can dream it, it is possible. And allow your soul and spirit, if it's a positive thing, that's an alignment with your soul and spirit, to add things to it. Trust that your soul and spirit are working with the other soul of the universe to make things happen so that everybody can benefit at the end. What we need to understand is love. Every form of love, earthly love, divine love, unconditional love. Unconditional love is the closest thing that connects us to God, to the Creator, to divine love that we'll discover once we master unconditional love. We have to become one in our mind and emotion to master and not allow ourselves to be distracted by this biblical snake that will bring us back to the past to try to emphasize the wounds, the shame, the blame, the guilt. It's like no need for that. It's all part of a divine process. What we continue to do is to be generous, to adopt a royal way as much as possible. You can only share what you have, but whatever you have, it's all, we have to share it, whether it is knowledge, whether it is resources, whether it is assistance, but do not force your assistance also. Do not force knowledge on people either, and do not try to push a belief on anybody else. There is this wisdom in the spiritual realm that is said that never offer advice unless it is asked for, and that is why the spirit has to wait till we ask, is because they are within this wisdom. And the outcome is, again, righteousness. It's like everything that is crooked will be made straight, everything that is empty will be filled, everything that is full will be empty. So it's like we have to trust the Creator and be patient with the process, because it is a slow unfolding process, and since we are all one, we are conditioned by the action and thoughts and beliefs of everybody else to move on the collective level. That's why we need to continue to cultivate this sense of inner connection, inner self, so we can disengage from the collective process. It doesn't mean to be separated. It means to move into our self-empowerment, our sovereignty, so we can live within this collective field, this unity field, without being agitated by all that is going on. Well, thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.